Follow me, or I am the Phantom Stranger. I come from nowhere. I am everywhere. I am the Phantom Stranger. I am here to touch you with the terrible gift of second sight. You will see the ghost of Earl Winthrop returning to atone for the untold pain and anguish he caused during his ruthless lifetime. Look down with me at a lonely beach by the sinister sea, restless as a sighing cemetery, and follow my 4 young friends to a bleak, lonely place I call the Devil's Playground. Chapter 1. If he's dead, whose voice did we hear? As fingers of fog clutch at Spartacus, Wild Rose, Attila, and Mr. Square, the teenagers hear a wild outcry. Like a desperate doll, the crashing green comber hurls the figure out of the sinister sea towards the beach. Wait! Wait for me! Wait! Yellow fog swirls around the swimmer, disgorged at the feet of the teenagers. This cat's really beat. Wouldn't you be too if you'd have been tumbled about drinking seawater like he has? He looks like he's trying to tell us something with his eyes. Wait! That cat sure got his cool, riding the big wave without a board. Wait! Is that him we really hear, or the moaning of the wind? Oh, switch off, Wild Rose. That's a man doing his thing. But it sounds too much. It's turning my spine into an icicle. His arm. It's as clammy as a dead fish. No wonder he's cold and stiff. He's been floating around in the deep freeze out there for a long time. But, Spartacus, if he's dead, whose voice did we hear? Maybe it was the wind singing rock. Dig, Mr. Square? How can you joke, Attila? We all heard him. It's someone coming up the beach with a flashlight. We'll tell him about what we saw. Not everything, or he'll think we flipped. Right, Mr. Square? I don't know what's right or wrong tonight, Attila. Hey, you kids, what are you doing out here? We left the jazz concert in town to cool off and found some cat with the biggest cool in the world staring through the dank curtain of yellow fog. But he was lying right there, cold and stiff as a flounder in the freezer. We all saw him. Dead men don't walk away. If you hippies are going to flip, you'd better do it at the concert where it won't be noticed. As the teenagers leave, a blood-chilling wail follows them, soaring higher than the crashing sea and moaning wind. Dead men don't walk or sound off. We must have seen a ghost doing this thing, unless we all flipped at the same time. Well, if we flip, so is the dog. Listen to him. He's sure yowling out of this world. Meanwhile, back in the city, Dr. Terrence 13, famous ghost breaker, and his wife Maria stare out of their hotel room at a blinding flash. How beautiful, like a silver sword from heaven. How mysterious. Lightning is just a discharge of electrical energy, no more mysterious than the phantom stranger. And I promise you, I'm going to expose that stage magician with all his cheap tricks. Again, lightning splits the night sky, and at the blinding core of the dazzling white flash, with its infinite world of whirling atoms, appears the phantom stranger. I am here. I'm here. I will not return until my mission is over. No sooner does the phantom stranger melt into the night than the skies are hushed, and the very stars seem to shrink as an awesome dark cloud boils over with eerie laughter. Out of that malignant dark cloud in the infernal red sky laughs the monumental mistress of the Macabre, Tala. Wherever there is light, darkness is sure to follow. The phantom stranger can no more stop me than day can halt the night. As long as I am here, evil will triumph. Once again, three forces join in a weird war. Dr. 13, the Eternal Doubter, the Phantom Stranger, Lancer of the Light, and Tala, Creature of Chaos. Even the insanely spinning fates dare not guess the outcome. End of Part 1. Chapter 2. The Return of the Ghost of Earl Winthrop. Is this scene wild enough for you, Maria?
Like a jungle, Dr. 13.
Hey, Wild Rose, now I know why they call you Wild. The whites of your eyes are showing, Mr. Square. Well, I guess I can't hide the way I feel about Wild Rose, Spartacus, but don't tell her. The giant canary cage above the dancers lights up, and inside, writhing wildly to the changed rock rhythm, I am here because the ghost of Earl Winthrop is returning to atone. Ha ha ha. This place will be the arena for the struggle for the soul of Earl Winthrop. And it is here that I will triumph over the Phantom Stranger and Dr. 13. Now, there's the only mystery in this world that defies solving. How they're able to dance like that without snapping their spines is beyond me. You're getting old, Dr. 13.
You can't mean it, Earl.
I warned you what would happen from the start, Vera. It had to end. You had the word of Earl Winthrop.
But I'm different from all your other girls, Earl. I love you. I really love you. Give me the chance to make you happy. Please? Please?
Spare me your tears. I don't want them. They only make you look like an ugly little rag doll.
I feel sick. I can't bear to stay here any longer. Please drive me home, Earl. Please, darling.
Why prolong the scene? Drive yourself home. I'll begin to enjoy myself after you leave.
Enjoy yourself, Earl. I'm leaving. Oh, Earl, don't you realize I lost my heart to you the first moment we met?
Onto the lofty George Washington Bridge barrels the lovely young girl's sports car. A dizzying skid on an unseen oil slick. Inside the metal meteor, Vera hurtles through screaming space.
Earl! Earl! Earl!
Smashing through the black gleaming waters.
Oh, Earl! Earl! All I wanted was to spend the rest of my life being a good wife to you.
Into the murky depths of the silent underwater world. In the cold, watery tomb appears the Phantom Stranger. Her eyes are closed forever, but her tears still flow. Even the stars heard her weeping heart. This dark, watery world will not be her last resting place. A passing ship wails mournfully. A lone seagull flitters over the dock like a pale white ghost. We were too far behind her to do a thing when her car skidded and crashed over the bridge. She didn't have a chance. Funny tricks these shadows play on your eyes. She looks as if she's crying. Eerie fog swirls in from the dank river. We'll need your name for our... He's gone. The stranger's gone. Like a phantom, melting into thin air. Meanwhile, back at the quiet clam, the ghost of a man whose callous cruelty was the sharp spur for tragic Vera's eternal tears rises. Now, I was born with a magnet, which always leads me to the prettiest girl in any room. And it led me straight to you, Wild Rose. Yes, I overheard your friends call you by name. The teenagers are stunned, as if struck by a lightning bolt. It's the man, the drowned man we saw on the beach. You look as if you've seen a ghost. I'm Earl Winthrop. Dance with me.
His hand, will it be as cold as wet seaweed like the last time he touched me on the beach?
As if in an endless dream, Wild Rose is drawn up. Your hand is as soft as silk.
He's alive and warm. Did I imagine it all?
End of part 2, chapter 3. We thought you were dead. Her senses whirling, Wild Rose dances with a diabolically handsome man whom she had last seen cast out by the sinister sea. You're as beautiful and fresh as a wild flower kissed by the morning dew. Now I know why you're named Wild Rose. In her eerie cage above the dance floor, Tala, the creator of chaos, laughs wildly. I have already won. Earl Winthrop as a ghost acts as ruthlessly as he did as a man. Now I will destroy this arena and all who are in it. Look out! This place will go up in flames from the candles like a pile of rags. Vainly, Dr. 13 appeals to the maddened mob. Don't panic, stay calm. Walk to the nearest exit, or you'll crush each other to death. Out of my way! I'm not ready to die yet! Help! Suddenly, in the midst of the milling mob, the Phantom Stranger. Calm down. Fear makes the flames seem bigger than they are. They'll be smothered in a moment. The creature of chaos can also be a creature of cosmic charm. Tala.
Forget about these miserable little fools. You've done your duty. Now, think of yourself. Only I can show you a world you never dreamed of, where the wildest delights await us.
And when I wake up, I'll find myself in a living nightmare. Trying to delude us with your cheap stage tricks, phantom stranger? I suppose your cape is lined with asbestos. Dr. 13, it seems you know all the answers. The next moment, the phantom stranger's gone, with smoke and a mob to cloak his exit, as it did his entrance. Nothing mysterious about that. Outside the club. Hey, you're all beautiful people. Be my guest at my beach house at Land's End this weekend. It's an experience you won't forget. I'd sure like to see the pad of a famous jet setter like Earl Winthrop. Yeah, I'm flying my plane to Florida, but I'll be back. If I'm late, the housekeeper will have the place open for you. Anything in it is yours. See you on the weekend. Don't disappoint me, Wild Rose. On Friday, the teenagers ride their wheels to the end of the coast road, facing the wild sea. Land's End, and the house that Earl Winthrop's Fred built. The last time we were here was at the jazz concert, when we thought we saw him on the beach, drowned. That's why we're really dragging out here, to find out if we flipped that night, or... Don't say it, Spartacus. Don't even think it. Don't get uptight, lady. We're only here for the weekend. It's not you. It's what I heard on the radio. I didn't believe it until they delivered the town paper. Earl Winthrop III crashes, lost at sea, no trace found. Minute by minute, as the skies glower, rain falls, the seas heave, and the wind whines, more guests arrive. Is it possible that what we saw the first time on the beach was like a preview of Earl's death? Everything is possible. We live in worlds within worlds. Earl's out of this one, that's for sure. He's on his last orbit. It's silly for us to go back to the city in this storm. Earl hated wakes. He would have wanted us to have this party. In his memory, he always sneered at sentimentality. Remember how many hearts he smashed? Yeah, man, keep it cool for him. Suddenly, the whistling wind whips the doors open. Earl, we thought you were dead. Crashed into the sea. Missing. Drowned. We were going ahead with the party in your memory, darling. Man, like, how'd you escape being a shark snack? It was a mistake. Some other plane crashed into the sea. Not mine. As both the party and the storm increase in riotous intensity. This party's a bash. The joint's hopping. Earl's the liveliest dead man I ever saw. He's dancing his fool head off. There's something strange about him. He hasn't smiled once since he arrived. I have the feeling that he's asking each girl he dances with the same question. And he always gets the same answer. Laughter. That crushes him. Suddenly, there is a sinister hush in the storm's raging. The CG station just got a hurricane warning. It's going to hit Land's End. We're alerting everyone to get back to the mainland before she gets here. Hey, don't go. It's perfectly safe. They always exaggerate. There's no danger. Please, stay. I've seen hurricanes toss houses. What chance do I have at my weight? Ta-ta, Earl. It was a lovely party, darling. Remind me to kiss you when I'm not in such a hurry. In the vacated beach house. You didn't leave with the others, Dr. 13? I've never experienced a hurricane. This is a chance to satisfy my scientific curiosity. Being slammed off our open wheels by a hurricane ain't our idea of a joyride. We'll stick to your pad. Hey, Wild Rose, I must have been blind not to dance with you before the music's over. But the rain has stopped. Will you walk on the beach with me? He sounds so lost. How can I refuse him? Onto the deserted beach, a swirl with wraith-like ribbons of mist. Now, I know we've only just met, Wild Rose, but you're my only chance, my last chance. He's going to ask me the same thing he asked the other girls. His eyes, like black holes, burned into a white sack, his voice and the wind merging into a single banshee shriek. It's true! It's true! 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 What's true? The reports were true. I did go down with my plane.
This is EW 40993. Calling control tower. Mayday! Mayday!
I seemed to swirl in utter darkness until a strange light appeared. You have stepped on so many people, smashed so many lives. You have ended by shattering your own life too. You are doomed to float in eternal loneliness from one angry sea to another. Forever. A lost soul. Only tears can save you. But you have your life back for this one night only to find someone who will weep tears of pity for you. If you fail, your soul will be eternally doomed. I found myself back at the beach house. I clutched at everyone I knew desperately, one after the other. What a wild story. Even if it were true, who would weep for you, Earl? After all the tears you've caused, the hearts you've broken? No, Earl, no tears for you. It's out of character. You were my last chance, but you don't believe me either. Laugh, go on, laugh. I'm going back to the cold, cold, dark waters to float forever. I deserve it because I could neither give love nor receive it. A lost soul, both in life and in death. Welling up from the teenager's eyes like drops of rain on the petals of a flower. Tears? Tears for me? Tears to wash away the eternal darkness? Tears to save my soul from the outer cold? God bless you, and farewell. Suddenly, out of the howling wind and whipping clouds, how touching, the power of human tears. But if you feel so much for a lost soul, you should join him in the waiting sea. No. And then, from the whirling cones of mist, this is one life you're not going to destroy, Tala. So, We're going to have another tug of war for a human soul, Phantom Stranger. The world shrinks to the size of the sinister beach at the edge of the angry sea, and the straining antagonists locked in epic battle. All right, Phantom Stranger, you have won, but only for the moment. I'm here to stretch that moment into a lifetime. Out of the shuddering beach house rush its remaining occupants. Staging another illusion, Phantom Stranger, using the mist to make it appear as if you step out of nowhere. Where's Earl, Wild Rose?
He had an appointment to keep elsewhere.
Suddenly, the sea screams in volcanic torment. Against the onrushing mountain of water, the Phantom Stranger thrusts himself like a living dam. Run back to the house. I will shield you when the wave breaks. Well, to hear you, one would think you could hold back the sea itself with your body. No stage trick of yours can help us now. We're all doomed. For an endless moment, the Phantom Stranger and Tala clash like elemental furies struggling for possession of a world gripped between their hands. Then, darkness always returns to Earth, and so do I. You can never beat me back forever. No, but as long as the sun rises, I will rise with it. Against you. The wave is collapsing. We're saved. You didn't save us. It was the power of the titanic tides and hurricane winds suddenly shifting that made the sea fall back. Perhaps it was caused by a power even greater than you can imagine, Dr. 13. The Phantom Stranger's done his thing, Doc. He's gone. An optical illusion caused by the rolling mist. But he'll be back with his cheap tricks, and I'll expose him. The end. Don't miss the next brooding appearance of the Phantom Stranger in the next issue of the Phantom Stranger magazine.